Hey, what's up everybody? You know, recently I've been doing some videos about different kind of formats and everything, and recordable formats like the kind of disc like this that you can use perhaps to record with. Like here's a DVD recordable plus SAR disc, which is probably the most recommended to use to record programs and store data on and things like that. But did you know that your DVDs, the formats on your DVDs are known as MPEGs? It's true. Now, you might get, when you do the display on your thing, you might get the, you might get the thing that has the doubly digital thing on there, in 2 channels. Basically what it is basically what your DVD is made of is a MPEG. Basically what you record is an MPEG file. Okay? So, in other words, well, let's say, you probably noticed in some of my videos I've used my camcorder, my big camcorder, and the way I've transferred it sometimes is I would record it to this, right? Well, when I've been using DVD Fab lately, I've noticed that the format that I use is MPEG 2. That's what it is. So basically that's what your DVD video is when you record it. It's an MPEG 2. Even the ones that you buy and rent are MPEG 2s. They just don't say it. That's basically what they are. They're MPEG 2s. And MPEGs, or MPGs, are the most commonly played in DVD players all over. Especially MPEG 1s. MPEG 1s are basically commonly known for VCD, video CDs. Like if you use a program like say Vegas Studio or ULED to make a video, and it shows you all the options. The 2 main options that you get is MPEG 2, which you could use, and it basically would make your video a bigger file, and it may take a little longer depending on your DVD player to play, but it'll make it a bigger file. And basically, if you upload it to YouTube, the MPEG 2 becomes a 480p, right? A 360 to 480p. But if you just use a MPEG 1, that's basically 360p. And that's commonly what VCDs, like this here, this is a VCD, so everything on here is an MPEG 1. And again, these are what are commonly used in DVD players, sometimes, besides DVDs. So again, like I said, if you make a video like on a ULED or Windows, Movie Maker, or Vegas, or Camera Store, whatever you use, the 2 main options that you get there are MPEGs, MPEG 2 and MPEG 1. MPEG 1 will basically be like, well, let's say your video is about 4 minutes long, right? Basically, it'll give you it'll be about 40 gigabytes big. Not gigabytes, but 40 megabytes big, I should say. That's what it will be, 40 megabytes big. Something like that if it's 4 minutes long, or close to it. But if you go MPEG 2, it doubles in size. So like a 4-minute video could be like 8 minutes, basically. That's what it could be if you use high quality, if you use like the high quality option on a Vegas Studio, or if you use the MPEG 2 option when you make your video on a ULED program. But those aren't the only common video formats that you can play sometimes in your DVD players. No, I'll give you an example. Come here. Let me show you. And I'm going to check my time while I'm at it. But over here, this here, as I've shown you before, this is a Toshiba. Now this is one of the most commonly popular DVD players out there. Now, when you buy a DVD player and you want to have it to play, well, like I said, most common DVD players will play the MPEGs and all that, the MPEG 2s and the MPEG 1s. But if you want them to play a certain, let's say the most other common option to play in DVD players is the AVI, right? Well, sometimes there are different kind of AVIs. Like right down here, here's a list. I don't know if you can see that. That is an AVI. Some of these, or most commonly, can be played in DVD players, while the others cannot be. But there is a difference. Now watch. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to pause it as soon as it comes on. It's loading right now. Okay, this is Anastasia, basically. But look at this. It says XVD. The XVD basically stands for AVI. So that would be like the most commonly played. Now, let's stop this. And here's Digimon the movie. Now, it also says AVI, but there's a difference about this AVI. You know what that difference is? Well, again, we got to wait for it to load. Here's the difference about, oops, I hit the wrong button. Excuse me. It's kind of complicated when the pause button is almost like in the exact same place as the return button. Okay, here we go. Now again, here's what's different between the one I just showed you that said XVID and this one. There you go. It says DIVX. Now I know you're thinking, well, wait a minute, that's just XVID backwards, right? True, that may be, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. That DIVX is the most commonly placed word on a DVD player. I don't think you can see it, but if you see DIVX advertised on your DVD player, that means that it will play AVIs, but it will also play DIVX. And DIVX is the kind that, if your DVD player doesn't say DIVX on it, then probably won't play those files. It probably won't play the DIVX files. I mean, it might play the other AVI files, but it won't play the DIVX AVI files unless it says DIVX on it. Again, I know that sounds weird. I know that sounds stupid, but it's true. Now, there's something else about the files, too, that you must know. There's something else about these files you must know. There are files known as MP4s, which are basically MPEG-4s. And it all depends on what kind of MP4. It all depends on what kind of MP4 format you use. Now, if you use a program like, say, a replay converter, if you use something like, say, a replay converter to do your videos, most of the time the MP4 on the replay converter, the MP4, will play in a DVD player, or depending on which kind you have. But if you go to a site like keepvid.com and you use the MP4 option there to download a video, like say from YouTube, then the only way you're going to view that video is if your DVD player is compatible with it, and it's got the codecs, the C-O-D-E-C in there, that's what it says, video codecs in there, or if you have something like an Xbox 360 or perhaps even a PS3, then that is the only way you'll be able to do certain MP4s. Now, certain MP4s will not be played sometimes too. It all depends on if the file is broken or not. Now, like here, there's Anastasia. If it shows the minutes and the film strip, it will be played. Like right here, this here, shows the film strip, it will be played. But if it gives you the no sign, it won't be played. Like right here, Cinemasker, one of James's videos, will be played. This won't be. But these other ones right here, these are all MP4s. These are all MP4s, all four of these. and they all have the video strip. So that means they will be played. Now, these are all AVIs, but they're also DIVX files as well. So they're the DIVX AVI files. So that's why they got the no signs next to them, or the XVIDs, or whatever you want to call them. That's why they got the no signs on them. Because even if you try to play them, it's not going to let you. And again, these are from the Nostalgia Critic and Talk Wrestling, as well as a SmackDown from last night and the TNA Spin Cycle. And these were all downloaded through KeepVid and the MP4. So these are all playable because they got all the film strip on it. But basically, that's all I really wanted to say about the differences in formats. Again, if you have an Xbox 360 or PS3, it's very common that you'll get your MP4s to play. But that's all I have to say. I'm out of time, and I'll talk to you later.